Hi, welcome to ReThynk AI. And when I'm recording this lecture, it's 15th of August, and India is celebrating its next Independence Day. So on this occasion, I would like to share something with you. A decade and a half back, when I started my research journey, I read a lot about India. And when I was reading about India, I read about Indian, uh, manufacturing sector, industry, agriculture, and everything. And what I have found in the last 7 decades or since India's independence, one sector or domain or community or people that have contributed huge for India's growth, then they are our farmers. When India became independent, we have limited resources. Forget about these advanced resources or IT sectors, right? There we had limited resources, and at that point of time, Indian farmers became our backbone, and they provided the resources, the food to all the Indians. So this Independence Day, I'm bringing these special lectures uh, to ensure that we can have upliftment of Indian farmers, or we can ensure they can have rise in their income. So this Independence Day, I'm dedicating this particular lecture to all Indians. So happy Independence Day, and let's dive into this particular lecture. So this is how Indian government can solve the challenges which have been faced by farmers, or how the government of India can empower farmers, Indian farmers, with AI-driven agriculture solutions. The theme is solving yield, market, or planning challenges for Indian farmers, including those who have small land holding. I am founder and director of ReThynk AI. I am Jaideep Parashar, founder and director of ReThynk AI, and I dedicate this video to all all Indians, and especially to our farmers. You have our backbones, and you have a tremendous contribution in India's growth, and I have deep respect for all of you. Remember, I also come from a farmer family. The problem government should solve. Today, we are going to talk from the perspective of what government should do for farmers. What are the challenges that are holding back our farmers? One, unpredictable weather and climate challenges. Next, second, poor soil health management. Third, yield fluctuation and crop loss. Fourth, lack of crop planning, right, tools. Fifth, no access to direct market or government schemes. However, here I would like to add that government is currently working to have many government schemes to give direct access to our farmers, but it's not available to everyone as of now. Sixth, limited digital literacy and localized solutions. When I started my research journey, I started reading India's data since 1950. Okay, and I read it in detail. But in the last couple of years, I have observed one thing, that change in climate or in weather pattern or monsoon pattern is literally more fluctuating. This year we are seeing totally challenging monsoon pattern. There are cloud bursts happening continuously. So the problem has become, earlier Indian farmers has multiple challenges, right? Now unpredictable weather patterns has also become a huge challenge. So let's dive into this lecture and look into every part of the problems. But there is one more challenge. There are people who are talking about, use technology, but it's not that easy to use technology. Due to land holding margin, the problem is so deep that alone AI will not able to help. So let's see what we can do. Let's say you have limited amount of land holding. How AI is going to be relevant in that case? So let's see that perspective as well. Let's focus on the ground reality, the harsh truth faced by Indian farmers, and they are currently facing it. 85% of Indian farmers are small and marginal, means they have limited land holding. Okay, this is the main concerns which Indian farmers are facing right now. Lack access to reliable crop weather and market data, yield productivity, unpredictability, soil depletion, and market exploitation, dependency on guesswork rather than data-driven decisions. In fact, last year I was somewhere, I'm not going to reveal the name of this particular person, but this particular person is a scientist and working in the same field. So when we had our discussions, this person said that Jaideep, the number one challenge we are facing is limited land holding. How we can use the advanced technology in these areas. So we are considering that as well into the discussion. As per the report of NABARD, All India Rural Financial Inclusion Survey by National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, Ministry of Finance, the average land holding for farming has decreased from 1.08 hectares in 2016-17 to 0.74 hectare in 2021 and 2022. And remember, this question was asked in 2019. This question was asked in Rajya Sabha, okay, in 2024, and the question number was 2094. And this was the answer on 13th of December 2024. So this is very relevant and true data. Remember, this is coming straight from Indian Parliament, the heart of 1 billion Indians. Okay, when we do the comparison with US, right? In India, we have limited land holding. We had a limited land holding, and that came even down. While when we do the comparison with USA, the average farm size in USA is around 188 hectares. So you can see the difference from 188 hectares to 0.74 hectares. And here we have one more data to discuss. So let's see the pattern in United States of America. Okay. This is a million farms, a billion acres, or 100 acres per farm. Average farm size in United States of America started decreasing from 1850, and then from 1940 onward, it started growing continuously. And then it went higher and higher. While the farm size went high till 1930, 1940, but then it dropped significantly. So this is a very important data. And this data is directly coming from Economic Research Service, US Department of Agriculture, basically we say USDA, Economic Research Service. And this is data published in 2020, February 2020. It was the entire research that have been done, and most important part, this is the data coming from separating from 1850 to 2024. Okay, so let's do one comparison of Indian farmers and US farmers land holding. My analysis, the small land holding makes it really difficult to use technology efficiently and effectively. Let me show you the comparison of these numbers. Indian farmers, a land holding 0.74 hectares. Okay. While US farmers have land holding of 188 hectares. If we do the comparison, then average land holding size in United States of America is 254 times more. 254 times more. Okay, if I show you in graph, then this entire, if you see, this entire has been area, if you see as 188 hectare, then India's 0.74 hectare small land holding stands 0.4% only. And if we go deeper into the comparison figure, in comparison, we have 0.3920%, while United States of America average land holding stands at 99.608%. So what is the solution? one thing that I paid really deep focus is on the solution part, because only comparison is good for awareness, but only comparison, only studying the data will not give the solution. Okay, so what is the solution? I did a lot of research, and then I found there are many examples in history, not only in India, but from around the world, when there was a land consolidation was done. One example, Uttar Pradesh in India is doing right now. Second, it's coming from Vietnam, when actually land consolidation was done. So those who were farmers with limited resources, let's say this is not the exact on the scale, but it's a reference study. Let's say there are farmers with small land holding size, right? Different kind of land holding size. It's not necessary that these are going to be according to the graph, but we have to make it clear. We have to cover our point, right? Farming land can be of any size typically. Okay, they all have a small land holding, right? And they are working hard, but they all have small and limited land holding. So what we can do, we can consolidate their land holdings and resources. How? Under government schemes, we can have all the farmers come together. Maybe it's under any community service or under Government of India scheme, and we can collect all the land. Land is there, the final yield production is there according to the percentage land holding, right? But what makes it better? Let's do a comparison. Let's say one farmer has this much of land holding, right? Is it easy to do to apply technology, advanced technology here or here? Where it will be very effective, here or here? Definitely the answer is here. So throughout the history, when I studied, I found there have been many examples both within the India and outside the India. In fact, when I did the in-depth research, I found China and Europe as a history of consolidation of land and resources, and they have done it many times. So if other countries can do it, definitely we Indians also can do it. It's all we need is the proper planning of the resources. These data that Uttar Pradesh is doing it, or when and Vietnam has done it, or China and Europe has done it, has been taken from land consolidation Wikipedia land consolidation page from Wikipedia. If you want, then definitely you can visit this page. So what is my AI thought leadership? It's not thought leadership, it's what drive me towards AI in this case. India doesn't need another green revolution. Remember, I have studied it. We need a smart one. If AI can guide cities, it can uplift villages, then definitely our farmers can also get benefit from it. And remember, our farmers deserve better. Now we finally have the tools to make it happen. This is my opinion about use of artificial intelligence right now. What is the vision statement? Vision statement is, let's reimagine Indian agriculture with artificial intelligence. What government should do now? And then in coming slide, we will talk about how government can do it. Government should build an ecosystem where farmers make informed decisions with AI support. They get real-time insights, drive yield improvement. Market are accessible via direct linkage without any form of middleman. Technology become a quiet partner in every farm's success. So now let's focus on how Government of India can achieve it. First, we need AI-driven solution, and what we should have in this AI-driven solution. First, personalized crop planning. I will come to this point, personalized crop planning in a minute. Okay. Weather and soil-based insights. It's not insight based on my intuition. It's based on study. It's based on data. Disease and pest alerts. Okay, sometime let's say I can't see it. Okay, but they are literally hurting the health of the crop or health of the soil. Localized advisory via mobile app, market linkage through digital interface, real-time learning for yield optimization. Okay, this is what we need when we have to provide a complete solutions to our farmer. Let me focus on these points one by one first. Why we need personalized crop planning. I will tell you in a brief second. Okay, first, weather and soil-based insights. Instead of let my intuition drives me, let the data drive me. Let's say I'm a farmer and I have intuition, but data says something else. It has checked the soil health. It has considered the weather pattern. Okay, then disease and pest alerts. This is again on the basis of data. Remember, these are, you can understand it. Okay, real-time learning from yield optimization and to the percentage of optimization. Remember, it's not about giving water to the crops. It's about finding how much percentage of water is needed. Remember, uh, in the age of AI, we just don't need information only. We need the precise information. Let's take an example. A human being has fallen sick, right? Someone has recommended vitamin. Vitamin can have anything. So let's say they have recommended a supplement which has combination of everything, right? This is some form of solution. But what if we dive into the data and then data says they have that this particular person has lack of vitamin D, and now we focus on the vitamin D only. That is a clear solution, a better solution, more effective solution, cost effective as well. Cost effective as well without any form of side effect. So in the similar way, you say let's give water to crops, right? But AI says you need just, I'm just taking random examples. You need just 1 m, the crop needs just 1 mm of water, not more than that. And let's say on the basis of intuition, you fill it with 3 mm. I'm checking the example. Which one is better? This is or this is? If you are in doubt, you can correlate with this state, with this idea. So in the age of artificial intelligence, it's not about the data. Everyone has the data, but it's about who is more precise. That's how I am driving results in ReThynk AI at least. You have to have more focus. You have to have more data so that you can refine the output statement. Okay, let's connect all the points with the help of flow diagram now. How the farmer journey which look like now, the government, what government should provide, and how the farmer journey should look actually. First, farmer registration via mobile app or government supported kiosk. Government can provide it in every village or every village panchayat. Okay, where our government representative can visit. Then soil input data through soil scanning devices or manual entry of soil health cards. Okay, it can be done by the government. You can use sensors or government employees who are visiting the villages or visiting the CUSAC. They can actually visit the farm as well to scan the soil health. Next, AI-based crop suggestions recommends ideal crop based on soil data, local climate, and market demand. Market demand is a really good point, and we will talk about it now. Okay, weather and irrigation alerts. A real-time notification about rainfalls, drought, or frost for timely actions. Remember, action is good, okay, but timely action make the impact. If you are facing lack of vitamin D, but you start your treatment after 3 months, you have already done the damage in these 3 months. Okay, so action must be timely. Smart advisory tips. Okay, personalized tips on fertilizers, pest control, irrigation schedules, and seed varieties. Next, predictive yield estimate. AI forecast crop yield based on variables, helping with planning and insurance of the crop. Remember, crop insurance is available in many cases, but what about you do the exact observation of crop yield and then you take the calculated decision? That's how farmer's life actually should look like. And then direct market linkage. Connect farmer directly to buyers and integrate available government schemes. Okay, that's how farmer journey look like. Remember, in technology, in the field of technology, things work better when you provide end-to-end solutions from starting to the end point. Okay, that's how it should look. This is how farmer journey should look like. Now let's focus on the flow chart as well. Now let's focus on flow chart designing and demand supply curve to ease the process. Remember, I said I will share the market demand now. Now I'm sharing it. Why it's so important. Okay, first of all, let's focus on this. First step, farmer registers. Let's study the flow diagram. I like flow diagrams. Okay, it's part of my study since my graduation. Let's first step is farmer registers themselves, then scan soils. We can plant sensors, or we can enter the data manually. Then AI suggests crops. Let's AI suggest the crops on the basis of calculation. And when I say let's AI suggest, we should consider this particular factor as well, a demand supply curve. In history, not in like decades back, but in recent time, there have been many moments when farmer had to dump their yield in the open because there was no buyer, or the production was very high and all farmers from the same communities or area worked on the same type of crop. Okay, and then there was a mismatch between demand and supply curve, and it caused loss to the farmers. Okay, so we will discuss the demand supply curve as well. Input rainfall and irrigation data. Okay, then they can input rainfall or irrigation data, or on the basis of this information, AI can suggest the irrigation data, or how much irrigation is needed. Then get real-time tips and warning, not only from government, agriculture department, but also from weather management. Then let's predict your harvest. On the basis of you can make your sales, buying decisions, insurance decisions, and all that other decisions. And then let it connect with verified buyers. Now let's focus on demand supply curve. I'm going to talk about just when demand is high. Okay, let me take a different color. You can see when demand is high, the price is all-time high. But when demand starts falling, the price is also falling continuously. Demand and supply both are connected. Okay, so what is happening if, let's say, farmers from the same area, village, state, district are working on the same type of crop, and then there is huge supply, right? Then let's say more than the demand, many times more than the demand, then definitely the market will not have the buyer, the price will drop down. Okay, many times I have seen that not only in India, but around the world, farmers had to dump their crops in the open because there was no point of storage. Okay, so let's study more about it. What if demand is many times more than the supply? There will be sharp rise in the price. If there is a sharp rise in the price, then poor class and middle class will suffer, and chances of black marketing or hoarding will be there. Remember, both are illegal, black marketing and hoarding. If supply is more than the demand, if supply is more than the demand, then price will fall down significantly and our farmer will face the loss. So farmer will not get the right price. The vegetable dump, they can dump the vegetable. Remember, this independence is from my side is for our farmer. So what we need ideally, if demand is too high and supply is less, then our poor and middle class had to face the challenge due to high price rising. Or if supply is many times more than the demand, then farmer will face the challenge. So I hope you have understand the entire demand supply concept and why we need AI to suggest the crop after taking the data consideration from around the country, not just one farmer, but all farmers throughout the countries. Or in fact, Ministry of Economic Affairs can also add the data that how much procurement we are doing from other countries this year or in coming next 1 year, so that AI can take even better, better decision to manage the demand supply. But I hope you have got the complete understanding of the point. So what is the solution? Solution is AgriRise AI, smart agriculture system built by Government of India. What will be the key component here? Input source, farmers' soil data, weather API, satellite input. Remember, this part is done by government. Then AI core, advanced model for yield prediction, core planning, pest forecasting. Smart advisory, fertilizer use, irrigation plans, and real-time alert. Output, farmers' mobile app in local language, dashboards for stakeholders. And when it comes to output, we should provide them not only information in the local language, but we should provide them option to talk as well in their local language, because most of the farmers are not mobile friendly or smartphone friendly as of now. So by having the option to just talk with AI, they can ask all the questions without worrying about typing, without the complexity of managing the interface. Market linkage connects farmer directly with buyers, markets, and schemes. That's how in agriculture, right AI agriculture, smart agriculture systems should look like. What are the features? Let's break down the features step by step. How it will help the farmers. For farmers, the benefit is crop suggestions, right? They will get the exact crop suggestion. Then fertilizer and irrigation guidance. Instead of you do the fertilization on the basis of intuitions or past experiences, let's go with data now. Pest and disease warning, if there is direct access to money. Okay. Alert in regional languages, alert or option to communicate with the app or the authorities directly. For government or NGOs, what are the benefits? District-wise monitoring. It will be very easy to have district-wise monitoring, scheme targeting, disaster preparation, and drought alerts. Okay, this will happen for all. Technology stack. And one more point which government can consider here. Now you have the entire data. I mean, government has the entire data and government can see what is happening. So Government of India has a recent scheme about paying the direct fund to farmers. Okay, Government of India has this scheme, right? In this case, now when government has the complete data, it can, let's say, any particular farmer has limited amount of crop production or less crop production. Here, government can take the calculative decisions, and if any farmer need more help, then they can provide them the more benefit, which is a government payment, direct payment schemes to the farmers. What are the technology stack? What we need to integrate in terms of technology? Satellite image and drone data, Okay, mobile app, Android first and multilingual. Remember, when it comes to drone data in India, it's not everyone is not permitted to use drone. So only NGOs or government or companies that have been authorized can use the drones. Soil sensors kit, these are IoT enabled. Okay, these can help the farmers to understand the soil health or the composition exactly. ML models for crop and weather forecast, GIS and geotagging, market integration APIs, e-Mandi, scopes, digital marts, farmer database plus knowledge engine, voice and text alert delivery in local language. What is the role of ReThynk AI here? Okay, I have given you everything in terms of what we need to build in this system. Remember, this time I am not giving you the exact framework of the system because we have to consider the data of the entire country. And when it comes to the concept of farmers, different governments have different schemes, including the state governments. So when it comes to building an ideal system, we should have the voice of the ministers or the representative of farmers from all the state. Remember, in a democracy, we should have respect for the opinion of everyone. Okay. So what is my role? If you are a mid-sized to large agri-tech company, ReThynk AI can work with you directly, including if you need consulting sessions, you want to discuss these kinds of ideas more, you want AI integration roadmap, or you want me to be your AI advisors or innovation partner, anything, I'm always open. Okay, and if you are working, if you are researcher, startup, NGO, or you are mid-sized to large agri-tech company, and you are facing different challenges in implementation, integration, then remember, just I'm always here to provide you if you need prompt, template, framework, or blueprints. If you need any of these things, just let me know. Remember, there is no charges of building prompt for you, or creating templates for you, or framework for you. Okay, that will be done by my team and from my side. However, here I'm going to look what I can do for you here as well. Remember, this is our core service, but I will look into what I can do more for you. Okay, and for prompt template framework, we don't charge any. We are going to keep it absolutely free for you. What is my final message? From struggle to stability. It's not struggle, but it's struggle to stability. Technology in agriculture should be invisible but impactful. When a farmer plants with confidence, harvests with clarity, and sells with dignity, AI has served its true purpose. So, what is the Agri-Rise movement? Agri-Rise movement is basically connecting all the government bodies, agri-tech startups, NGOs, FPOs, and tech solution providers. Basically, this is a really broad, big project, and this project has scope for everyone to be part of it. In the end, I dedicate this to every farmer of the country, to every farmer who feeds our nation, and to those who lost their land, crop, or livelihood because they had no access to real help in the past, or whether they have lost it because just because of weather patterns or monsoon, whatever the reason was. Okay, so my father was also a farmer. Later, he never had enough yield production. Okay, so he tried outside and he got a job. But so, yeah, this is dedicated to all farmers, to every farmer who feeds the nation. And this is dedicated to all the farmers and all the people of India. I wish you a very happy Independence Day. And okay, this is dedicated to all of you personally. Thank you so much for joining and see you soon.